Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to go ahead and continue our Desmos Project Day 3. By the end of the day today, you need to send me a link of your URL of your project, and that's how you're going to get credit. Make sure you're doing an additional 10 lines, so you should have 21 lines today. So today we're going to learn how to make circles and ovals. First, you're going to type in the basic equation for a circle, which is x squared plus y squared equals 1. This gives you a circle with a radius of 1 centered at 0, 0. This probably isn't where you want it to be. So if you need to make it bigger, you're going to make the number bigger. So instead of a 1, make it a 20, a 15, a 300. It just depends on what you're going to try to be matching on your project. If you want to move it to the left, you're going to add a set of parentheses around the x underneath the square, and you're going to add a number to move it to the left. You're going to make this number different depending on where you want it to go on the x-axis. If you want to move it to the right, same thing, only you're going to have minus that number. So that's going to move it to the right or to the left. You're probably also going to want to go ahead and move it up or down. And that's changing and putting parentheses around your set of y's. If you're going to move it up, you're going to have minus a number. Once again, move that where you want that on the coordinate grid. If you're going to move it down, once again, you're going to make a +1 and you're going to move that number. After you match the edge, any corner of your circle on the curve that you're trying to match for your picture, you're going to go ahead and limit the x's or the y's. And a lot of time, like the one I'm going to show you today, you're going to have to limit both the x's and y's to get just the portion of the curve that you're looking for. And finally, if you need an oval, which isn't that perfect circle, but you need a little flatter of an area, you're going to add a denominator under the x's, the y's, or both. So if you need to go ahead and change it so it's flatter like this size because you have a longer smooth curve, then you're going to add a number underneath the x. If you're going to want it to be skinnier like this, then you're going to add a number underneath the y. Once again, you can get weird shapes by changing both of those. Our magic word today is bluebird. So this is my bluebird of happiness, which my grandmother said if we had a bluebird of happiness, we would always have good luck. Now I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to do this on an actual project. So here's my UCLA project, and here I have the Bruin. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in just the basic equation for a circle, which is x squared plus y squared equals 1. And as you can see when I zoom on in here, you can see that I now have a circle at the origin like we talked about. I'm going to go ahead and change this to red so you can see it a little bit bigger, a little bit better. I want to go ahead and move this, and I want to go ahead and I want to make this bigger and move it. I'm going to try maybe a 20. And I want to match the ear of my Bruin bear. So I'm going to go ahead and try and move this so that becomes this part of my bear. So I want to go ahead and change my x's. I want to move it all the way over here, so probably about like 155. So I'm going to go ahead and put parentheses around my x here, and I'm going to have it minus 155. And that's squared, and so we're moving that over to one side. I've lost my little guy here. And then we're going to go ahead and it's the opposite. So it's going to be plus 155 because we're plus goes to the left and minus goes to the right. So now I'm going to move it up. I'm going to zoom in on my bear a little bit more. And I want to go ahead and move it up. So I'm also going to put parentheses around my y. And I want it to be at, I'd say, about 15. So I'm going to write minus 15. Put those parentheses around. And as you can see, I need to make the ear a little bit bigger. So I'm going to change this 20 to like 24, 25. And then I want to go ahead and move it a little further up and a little bit further to the right. So I'm going to try 159. To here, I'm going to other direction, 147. Oh, that's getting closer, 146. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to move it up. So instead of 15 here, I'm going to try a little further up of 17, a little bit further, 18, and that's looking pretty good. I'm going to zoom in on him a little bit more, and I want to go ahead and make it a little flatter. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put divided by, I'm going to try 2, and that's too flat, so I'm going to try 1.6, 1.5, 1.45. There we go. I can move it up a little bit more. So we'll try 18.2, 18 point. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. It's just when you take the picture, right, what we look at. Now we're going to go ahead and limit it. So I want it to go only from here, this point, to this point over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brackets. And for my brackets here, I want it to be at negative 160 because that's where that spot is. And then I'm going to go ahead and do less than X and less than, and then further to the right here, I want that to be about negative 140. Okay, and like I said, I'm not going to get perfect for you guys today just because that 5 disappeared. We want you to have time to go ahead and do it. So as you can see, when I limited it, nothing happened. And that's because I need to limit both my X and my Y's in this case because it needs to be above a certain amount as well. So I'm going to do my second set of brackets, and I want it to be above this spot right here. So I'm going to click on it, and I can see that that spot is at 17.785. 17.785. So I want Y's, my Y values, to be greater than 17.785. And as you can see, I just have part of my bear here. I actually wanted to be a little further this way, so I'm going to go 141. There we go. And so that is my finished curve. Once again, 2 curves will give you your points in order to bring it up from a B to an A. By the end of the day, you should have 21. You're going to share your URL right here, Control-C, and add that as a link in Classroom. There's no other Desmos assignment today. There is a Khan Academy for you to complete, however, and your notes to take. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you're having a great Thursday. See you soon.